It's Christmas time. Oh, hello, everybody. It's me, Chris Smith. And guess who I'm here with? I'm here with my favorite Ed McMahon, Blackie Humphrey, Hector Angel's Shadow Rascal, Godfrey Gladstone III. Mwah. And guess what we're reviewing today? We're reviewing Company, which I recently saw. The what does it say? Company, the smash hit musical comedy. Now, this of course is a revival. The original Company came out in what, 1970, Blackie? It was before he was born, practically before I was born, though I was born. And there have been many revivals over the years and many productions. Company is one of the most popular of the Stephen Sondheim musicals. Now, here is the playbill for Company. Now, what's special about this Company is that this is the new version that has turned Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, into Bobby, B-O-B-B-I-E. I tried to explain this to my mother, and she thought that Bobby had transitioned into female, and I said, no, it's still Bobby. Bobby's just now played by a woman. And my mother said, well, there's a lot of that going on nowadays, and I don't think she could comprehend that this was just a gender swap version. If you like the original Bobby as a man, that still exists out there. And if you like it with Bobby being played by a woman, well, that's wonderful too. They're two different versions, and they both can live in harmony. Now, what's very special about this production is this is another one of those that I was obsessed over during the pandemic, because Company had just started previews in New York with Katrina Link as Bobby and Patti LuPone as Joanne. And I really wanted to go and see it. Of course, Company and all the other things in the world shut down. So I bought the poster, I bought the program, I was obsessed. I'm like, is there ever going to be theater again? Are we ever going to get to see this Company? Finally, when things opened up again, it opened with Katrina Link, and it got a bunch of Tony nominations. The great Stephen Sondheim did get to see this version of Company. He saw it. It started on the West End. And Bobby is getting ready to turn 35, or is turning 35, when the show begins. And it begins at Bobby's birthday party. And her friends are doing a surprise party for her. They're on the sets in this show are amazing, because they use these little boxes like this that have neon around them, and like the apartments are set inside these, and there's different size boxes. Here's one for the outside of an apartment building, and they're very clever, because everywhere the number 35 is placed, like here it is as an address, to remind you that Bobby is turning 35. Now, Bobby, normally when Bobby was a man, he was sort of like a confirmed bachelor, and all of his married friends wanted Bobby to settle down. But Bobby liked to play the field. Now, not only is Bobby a single female who's 35, which brings a whole different thing to the story, because now Bobby's biological clock is ticking. And look at these giant letters that spell out Company, but they move them around, and here's an NYC. Oh, I just love the set design. Here, of course, is the great Patti LuPone singing, "Here's to the ladies who lunch, everybody laugh." That's where the hit, the famous line comes from, where she says, Does anyone still wear a hat? And I always do it in that raspy voice, which is the same voice I always do whenever I do my Aunt Anne, even though she didn't sound like that, but I always do her sort of with a gravelly voice. It's not quite Harvey Firestein, but anyway, so I was obsessed with Company during the pandemic, worried that I would never get to see it, hung the poster, all that stuff. And finally, it was on Broadway. Still didn't get to go, but I knew that the touring company was going to happen. And it has now happened. And guess who's playing Bobby? It is none other than Brittany Coleman. Now, Brittany Coleman played Barbara in Beetlejuice, in the touring production of Beetlejuice that I saw. And she is fabulous. She was fabulous in Beetlejuice. She's fabulous in Company. Now, here's the inside of the playbill. This was at the Hollywood Pantages Theater in beautiful Los Angeles. And I know it's been a while since I saw it. I saw it on Saturday, August 10th, and now it's already September. I apologize for getting to it so late, but I get very depressed sometimes, and it slows down my making of videos. But better late than never, and it's still going on, and the tour is going across the country. Now here's the cast. We also have Judy McLean playing Joanne in this production. Judy McLean I saw on Broadway in Mamma Mia. She is the actress who's been in Mamma Mia the longest. She's played thousands of performances. And she's played both Donna, the mother, and also, what's the friend's name? The sexy friend, and you have Rosie and Donna, and I'll think of it in a minute. And they were part of the singing group. So she's done both of those roles. But yes, so the whole cast is very talented. And what I love is sometimes in the olden days, Company would be like an all-white cast, or you might have one person of color in the cast. And now it's very diverse, and because Bobby is now played by a woman, here's all the musical numbers, some of the parts that were sung by women are now sung by the men, and vice versa. And the three suitors that Bobby has are now played by men. So April becomes Andy, the flight attendant, and so on and so forth. But Brittany Coleman is so wonderful, and I wish I could have seen Company more than once. I just was in love with the design. Hold on, let me tell you who did the design. Okay, so the scenic design and costume design are both by Bunny Christie, and the lighting design is Neil Austin. And it's directed by Marianne Elliott and choreographed by Liam Steele. And the music and lyrics are, of course, by Stephen Sondheim. And the book is by George Firth. But, yes. So, Company. I went overboard with the merchandise. Of course, I already had the other poster. But then I had to get the new poster. And because it's the tour and they can't change out the pictures probably, you don't want a poster with a bunch of Brittany Colemans, and then Brittany Coleman has left the tour, and then you have to make another one. So they just put birthday balloons all over the front of it, which I love. And it does say National Tour Company Musical.com. And I love the logo. For me, the logo is enough. I don't necessarily need a face, though I loved this poster design. And of course Bobby is in that beautiful red suit. And now We have Brittany Coleman also in red, looking beautiful. And so really, I wouldn't have minded if there was a poster with her. And at the theater they had a big one hanging, but they weren't selling those. So I bought. Well, no, my friend Abigail, when she went to New York, we were supposed to see this when it was on Broadway, and Abigail had bought a bunch of tickets for us. Well, Abigail didn't really want to see company, so she sold my ticket and hers because I couldn't come on the trip after all. And we were supposed to see company. We were supposed to see, Plaza Suite with Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker. Of course, they both got COVID, so the show had to shut down during that period that my friends were there. So not only didn't they get to see Plaza Suite, they also didn't like company, which is fine. And Abigail saw some play. They did see Birthday Candles with Deborah Messing, and they didn't really like that either. Now, I love this magnet. It is so gorgeous. Abigail brought it from me. And I like the shape of it. It perfectly fits up in the corner on my refrigerator door. And according to the back of it, it was only $12.95. Now, I don't know what it goes for on the tour. But this is a nice, solid magnet. Also, of course, I had to have the shirt. Which I love that. I love the neon. I love the simple, big lettering, the glow. It's all beautiful. So I also got this shot glass that says, "I'll drink to that." And what else did I get? I think that's all. So I got the shirt. I got the poster. Got the shot glass, already had the magnet. There was a hat that supposedly was for sale. I don't remember seeing the hat, but it says, "Does anyone still wear a hat?" Which that would have been fun, but I think those were going for like $30. Now, the great music by Stephen Sondheim. There's so many good songs in this that I wanted to do a little medley. Of course, the main song is Company. It goes, "Phone rings, door chimes, in comes company. No strings, good times, room hums company. Late nights, quick bites, party games, deep talks, long walks, telephone calls. Thoughts shared, souls bared, private names, all those photos up on the walls. With love, filling the days. With love, 70 ways to Bobby with love from all those good and crazy people, your friends. Those good and crazy people, your married friends. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what it's really about. And then, of course, that was mostly part of the whole song. But there's so many good songs like, "It's the little things you do together, that make perfect relationships." And you could drive a person crazy. You could drive a person mad. And have I got a girl for you? Wait till you meet her. Have I got a girl for you? Boy, who boy? And of course they now changed it to, have I got a guy for you? Wait till you meet him. Have I got a guy for you? Doll. Something like that. And then there's another 100 people just got off of the train. And I'm not getting married today. Go, can't you go? Why is nobody listening? Goodbye, watch me cry for another person's... And that song is that song that goes really fast and furiously. And there's this amazing scene where the two guys are getting married and the one is having a panic attack. And all the friends are popping up out of refrigerators. If you see this on tour, you've got to buy a ticket and go if you see that it's playing. What else? There's, "Isn't it warm Isn't it cozy, side by side, by side. Classic songs, one and all. Poor baby, all alone, evening after evening by the telephone. We're the only tenderness she's ever known. Poor baby. And Barcelona. Oh, I love that song. It's all like, where you going, Barcelona? Oh, don't get up. Do you have to? Yes, I have to. Oh, don't get up. Now you're angry. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Put your things down. See, you're angry. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Put your wings down and stay. I'm leaving. Why to go to? Stay, I have to. Fly, I know, to Barcelona. If I could write lyrics like that, they're so simple and it is just so poetic. It just flows and it's like tick, 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 tick. And of course there was, like I said before, here's to the ladies who lunch, everybody laugh. And the classic song, marry me a little, poop, fart, butt, crutch, I made up those lyrics. And being alive, being alive, being alive. That's the big song at the end where Bobby realizes that he or she doesn't want to be alone. Now, I never could relate to that song because I never really wanted to be with anybody in a way because so much trouble. But I am happy to have Blackie Humphrey in my life. And of course I have a roommate and lots of friends, but not lots of married friends. Okay, let's talk about the tour stops that are left. By the time it got to us, we were toward the end of this tour. So all that's left is Spokane, Washington. That's September 11th through the 15th. Sacramento, California, September 17th through the 22nd. Then on to Dallas, Texas, September 26th through the 29th. And Fort Worth, Texas, October 1st through the 6th. Now, I'm assuming this is the end of the tour because I have updated this and was waiting for, additional cities to be put on the website. And so far, those are the last stops. So you have those remaining cities. I'm sorry I didn't do this a few weeks ago. I could have